Obviously, you can take somebody who's doing absolutely nothing, right? Create a schedule that works around their schedule. It requires a different level, I think, and that's why I say single leg, because I like to do a lot of unilateral stuff, single leg, single arm stuff. I know the benefits of pulling, but I do like to pull over push. You know, I was running a 4-3, 4-3, 4-4, and my college coach, he was like,
Today I interview Baylor Walker. He's a certified personal trainer and holds several specializations, including corrective exercise and fitness nutrition. He's trained collegiate athletes, U.S. veterans, known music artists, and everyday workers. Join us as we discuss how to get started with a new fitness routine and his own personal journey to being a certified fitness trainer. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel to get content just like this delivered. Let's go.
So I guess like briefly walking you through a process, maybe when somebody comes into a door, boom, we do a consultation. The consultation consists of goals, exercise program, and nutritional program, and accountability and stuff like that. What I normally would do is, you know, obviously we'll talk about goals and stuff like that, and then once I get all their subjective information, we'll go through how we're going to track certain things from a habitual standpoint and then a nutritional standpoint. So, you know, we, check off the list like, okay, boom, how many times are you exercising? Do you meal prep? How much water are you drinking? How much sleep are you getting? What's your stress level, maybe throughout the week and stuff like that, because those are things that affect you from a hormonal standpoint and a metabolic standpoint as well too. And so I kind of check some of those things off the list and I say like, okay, cool, we're going to make a list of these things and we're going to continue to check in on these things right here. Because obviously you can take somebody who's doing absolutely nothing, right? And they go and they hit the gym maybe, I don't know, like three, 4, 5 times a week. They go see some progress just because their energy expenditure went up, right? But then it's going to be maybe a hard stop or a plateau because maybe there's some other things they haven't checked off the list, and those things from a habitual standpoint and a nutritional standpoint. So we go through those things, and those are the things that I kind of track throughout, throughout a session or throughout the week, throughout the month.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's very interesting because those things do come into play, right? Sleep factors. You say, you see people that are in the healthcare industry, and I know sleep is a big thing sometimes.
Yes, especially my night nurses. Gosh.
Yeah, I could imagine. How do you deal with something like that? Like, the night nurses.
Honestly, having them create a schedule that works around their schedule, an eating schedule that works around their schedule. I guess the ICU nurses, the emergency ones, they're always ripping and running and stuff like that. And like, oh, I don't have a break. I was like, you got to keep stuff on you. You got to keep.
Have to bring food with you.
Right, yeah. Right, exactly. Okay. Even if you don't get a chance, and they tell me like, hey, throughout that 11, 12 hours, sometimes I don't get a chance to sit down. I'm like, you got to have something in your pockets or something, right? And that's kind of, we play with their diet and the time frames that they eat and stuff like that, but it's kind of subjective.
Got you. It's all customized, sounds like, depending on what schedule a person has, who they are, what their metabolic demand is, all those things.
Exactly.
Okay, exactly. Good stuff. So kind of moving on to exercise, the exercise piece of this, interesting from your standpoint, and I'm gonna put it like this, if you only had 3 exercises to do for the rest of your life, what 3 exercises would you choose and why would you choose those?
I'm gonna go with RDLs.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with RDLs. I like a lot of single leg stuff. I want to be more specific and say single leg, but I'm gonna just say RDLs.
And for people that don't know,
Romanian deadlifts. Yes, I apologize. Yeah. So yeah, Romanian deadlifts, RDLs. I like to do those. It requires a different level, I think of, and that's why I say single leg, because I like to do a lot of unilateral stuff, single leg, single arm stuff. But I like it because, number one, it kind of just challenges me from both spectrums, from upper body and lower body. It challenges me it kind of helps me stay engaged, I would say, from a from a core standpoint, just as the upper body is moving from the lower body, it kind of helps me dissociate my hips from like my knees, and I think that's an issue that some people usually have when it comes
it's the
to
balance, and I think they call it proprioception.
Right.
Like the basically knowing where your body is moving, how it's moving, and keeping your core intact.
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So like RDLs for me, I just feel this is gonna be like kind of off, but I just feel stronger doing a single leg RDL on a landmine, you know.
Okay.
I would just say that's my favorite. I can't really even pinpoint why that's my favorite, but it does yield a lot of, benefit to lower back, hamstrings. Obviously, we get glutes involved, a lot of posterior chain. So I just like the RDL.
Okay.
I just like the RDL. Yeah.
Okay.
And specifically, I like single leg RDL.
Okay.
Yeah.
What position did you play?
I played running back.
I knew it. I knew it. That's why you like those RDLs.
Back.
You know, that sounds like a Barry Sanders type of workout.
Yeah.
So I like that.
Yeah, and you can kind of mix up a RDL in a lot of different ways as well too. You don't need a lot of equipment to do RDL. You can do it with a dumbbell. You can do it with no weight. You can do it with a landmine. You can do it with a hip flexor involved as well too. It's just so many different aspects,
No, you're right. I mean, you can literally have any weighted, thing in your hand.
Yeah.
Moms and dads, you can have their kids.
Right. Right, exactly. You can. You can actually do that. I haven't tried that. When I have kids, I might actually try that RDL.
So what are your next two? RDL's what?
I love rowing.
Okay.
I like rowing. Not the rowing machine. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like the rowing machine. Because I don't like to be tired, but I'll get on there. But I do like rows. I like a lot of pulling. I don't know why I like a lot of pulling. I know the benefits of pulling, but I do like to pull over push.
Okay.
Which is probably backwards for some people, but but I do like to pull. And I'm not gonna even say row. I think pull.
Okay.
Does it have to be a specific area?
No, I mean, I can.
Because that could be a lat pull.
Yeah,
that
it could be. I guess you can combine those.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's very functional, like you said.
Right.
And I think I talked to a guy last time about different things about being functional versus not functional.
Yeah.
We were talking about bench press, and you mentioned when are you ever going to lay on your back and press something up?
Correct.
Maybe once.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So the pulling is very functional because we pull a lot of things.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
So no, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So what else? So that's the two. You have the Romanian deadlifts. Okay. And then single leg Romanian deadlifts, but then pulls, all types of pulls.
Right.
All right. What's the third one?
I'm gonna go with a Bulgarian split squat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a popular choice, but again, it kind of makes me feel really powerful, and I think that's more so. I think that one because I tore my ACL, and it kind of challenges, like you said, like proprioception. Yeah. I like to kind of feel off balance, but on balance. So I do a lot of things single leg. And I know the benefits of a Bulgarian split squat. Obviously, you can do those several different ways too, where it's hamstring focused, glute focused. Okay. You can do them to where you focus a little bit more on force production rather than this one on the other side where you focus a little bit on core strength. So, I like a Bulgarian split squat.
Okay.
Yeah. Rather it be barbell, kettlebell, dumbbell. It don't matter. I'm gonna do a Bulgarian split squat.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think that's three great moves.
Right.
You do a whole workout based on those moves.
Yeah.
So we have tech now.
Okay.
Right. Fitness tech.
Yeah.
The industry's changing. People are having apps, watches. A lot of people have those.
Yeah.
Fitness straps have been on for a long time. We have rings.
Yes.
What are some of the things that you are more bullish on, that you like, maybe apps or a device? What type of fitness tech do you like?
I'm gonna go with MyFitnessPal first. I think that's a really good one. I think it's almost like the doorknob. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's so simple. It's so simple, but like you can't overlook it. So like I use it all my clients, they're on MyFitnessPal, and there's some other, calorie tracking apps and stuff like that. But I like MyFitnessPal because I guess the simplicity of it. When I first got into like tracking and stuff like that, I got to, scan the barcode or whatever and see what all meals popped up, in the MyFitnessPal and stuff like that. It helped me a lot with just being able to put together meal recommendations for clients as well too. So they give me a food list. I'm like, okay, well, check this out, right? You like to eat these foods or whatever. Let's put them all in MyFitnessPal. Let's make a recommendation based on the foods that you like to eat. I don't like to do a lot of restrictive dieting. I don't like to do any restrictive dieting because I like to eat what the hell I want to eat too.
And it tends to fail,
Absolutely,
And I see
100%.
that in clinic all the time
Yes.
too. Like,
Yes.
you restrict someone from what they can eat,
Right.
and they either don't come back or
Correct.
they just tell you they didn't eat it.
Right, exactly. I mean, you got not go get somebody to do what they don't want to do for a long period of time, if anything, if any at all. But I like MyFitnessPal. I mean, it's like I said, it's a simple one.
Yeah.
I guess another one that I like is what I have right now is My PT Hub, and I'm exploring more as well
Okay.
too as I
What is it called?
My PT Hub.
My PT Hub.
Yeah, My
Okay.
PT Hub. It's like a
Explain that.
Trainerize app.
Okay,
Pretty much.
okay.
So, and Trainerize or My PT Hub is pretty much a platform where you can put all your clients in there. It can integrate with MyFitnessPal as well too. You can put your programs on there as well too. So let's say, and this is something I do with clients as well too. If they're having like maybe 2 or 3 in-person sessions or something like that, they may have 2 sessions on their own that's on that My PT Hub app where they can go to My Gym or 24-hour fitness or something like that and just follow along with the videos in the program format that's tailored to whatever I'm wanting them to do in a gym independently. So.
Okay. If someone wants to train with you, because I know there's definitely people right now looking to want to train with you, how do they contact you? How do they get in contact with you to make sure they can get started?
Yeah, so you can head to my Instagram or you can head to my website. My Instagram is Train with Baylor or at Train with Baylor, or you can go to my primary Instagram, which is Baylor Walker, Baylor with an E on the end, or you can go to my website, which is trainwithbaylor.com. Yeah.
How did you get here? How did you go from little Baylor to Baylor now that's the fitness trainer and pushing the people and your clients to different levels? How'd you get there?
Number one, I always played football. So I'm just kind of start like backstory. I always played football. I mean, I've been playing football since I was 8 years old. Wanted to go to the NFL. I think that's like every small football player's dream, little Baylor Walker's dream, I guess. Got to a point to where, I got up, I guess, high school or whatever, and I stopped playing my senior year just because, transparency, I had a coach tell me, we shared the same last name, and he was like, man, you don't even deserve to be a Walker. And I was like, so like, 16, 17 years old, you're like, dang, that's kind of harsh.
That's a dagger,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And so, I stopped playing in high school, and I kind of started working out a little bit more or whatever. I always like enjoyed working out and doing things and stuff like that. So, I started working out a little bit more. I got a little bit bigger. I got a little bit faster because at that point I felt like I was kind of trying to prove to myself like I do deserve to be a walker. You know what I'm saying? Like that's who I am. So,
You're working out with a chip on your shoulder.
right.
Really?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I got to a point to where I wanted to jump back into football. From I guess people were saying like, hey, you're getting bigger, you're getting faster. Like, why don't you, start playing again? Just go to junior college route or whatever. So I went the junior college route. I went to Tyler Junior College, got to a point to where, I was running a 4.3, 4.4. And my college coach, he was like, bro, you should be going to Cal. Like, how are you even here? And it was like 250 people who tried out for the team. 10 of us made it. And I tore my ACL basically during a spring game. And, at that point I had already kind of fell in love with training because I trained for however long, to get to where that was. And, I was like, okay, torn ACL, I still like to work out and stuff like that. They still thought I was talented, so they were like, okay, we'll make him a manager for a year till he rehabs, then he'll play for us, right? That happens, I'll go to a UNT camp, and I tear my ACL again. And I was like, I need to figure out how to not tear my ACL. So that kind of led me down a path of like more of maybe the functional side of health and fitness, or the clinical side. I want to be a physical therapist. And with all the people who are, going into physical therapy, with so many smart people, so many like super intelligent people, I was like, man, I don't think I'll ever get into physical therapy school. And I sat there and I did some technician work at an inpatient facility and outpatient facility. And I sat there like for a year with a guy who waited for 3 years to get in physical therapy school. And I was like, I don't want to be here for that long, So one of my friends who's Dr. Mo in Mansfield, he was like, why don't you, go to the chiropractic route. I went to Parker. I got offered a scholarship to go there, and that was still gonna be $100,000 to go to school. I was like, I'm gonna let you have that, right? And I'm gonna take a chance on myself since I already love training. And at that point, I was training people already. I worked at 24-hour fitness for a pretty good amount of time, and then I started training out of my garage for 2 years. And I was like, I could either, be $100,000 deep in debt, or I could just open my own facility. And that's the route I chose to go. So long story short, I end up also, meeting my partner, and, we opened a facility together, and that's kind of where we are now.